this is a true air raid offense. And we've seen versions of it, but this is truly it. When they go fast, they spread you out. You see no one in the backfield but the quarterback. They'll split a tackle out wide. They go as fast as anybody we're gonna face this year.
Their run game, I saw that. I think they're ranked top 40 in the country in rushing. How has that run game and that offense kind of evolved?
Everybody's concerned about the pass game because they spread you out so far, and all of a sudden they have two outstanding running backs. They're quick, they're strong. And when you're trying to defend the pass, all of a sudden there's one line back in the box. And if he makes that guy miss, it could go for 20 or 30. Now, I was looking at Arkansas yesterday and again today. They run an outside run play. They'll run the football. The back puts his foot in the ground, goes 45 yards for a touchdown. So because of what they do offensively, the speed and the pace that they go at, how much they throw the football, the running game, it's difficult to stop.
Vance, you have such big DBs. Is Jakeem Grant kind of a different challenge for them?
Well, you know what? When you have a guy that's 5'6" and he goes about 10-5 and 100 meters, sometimes the big guys can be at a little disadvantage when you have to go up and try to press that little guy. I mean, he's made a lot of people miss. I think he has 940 yards in receptions, and the other two receivers have 400 apiece. So you know where the ball is going. The thing about it, no one stops him yet. Not Arkansas, who I think is one of the better teams out there at this point in time. I mean, Baylor had their hands full. He got behind Baylor one time. He was wide open, just dropped the football. I mean, so I think he's a special talent. And then you start talking about kickoff returns. Oh, my goodness, man, he can change the game so fast. You know, I think he's one of the better players in this conference.
What about a guy who directs everything in Pat Mahomes? He's developed into a pretty good quarterback.
He really has. Here's a guy that when he scrambles, his eyes are always down the football field. I've seen him throw the ball over Baylor's head, TCU, Arkansas. A lot of guys are scrambling to run it. He's always looking down the football field. His last thought process is to run it. He knows where to go with the football right now. He makes checks. The ball's out of his hands extremely quick. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. You know, so for what they do, he does a tremendous job in executing their offense.
What do you like and not like about West Virginia State?
We got no takeaways. I mean, we started off the game pretty decent. You know, we were, I think, 4-13 on third down. We got to fill on third down. Our issue, we gave it too many big plays. And the biggest play of the game, we talked to our kids at halftime, was the big play before the half. You can't get it up. I think that changed the game around right there. Maybe if we hold them to a field goal with no points, it's a good opportunity. We might have won that football game. I don't know that, and I can't say that right now. But that was a big play in a football game. You can't afford to let that happen to your football team.
You got Freeman out there towards the end of the game, right?
Yes.
Is he back?
He's back. He's full speed. He's going to be on some special teams. He's in a backup role right now, slowly coming back.
And what have you seen from Derek Roberson this year? Is he coming along? Is he improving like you'd hoped he would?
You know, he's taking small steps. You know, he's gotten better. He is by far our best pass rusher. When you say you want to see a guy one-on-one, he's somewhat of the mold that you're looking for. He's a guy who can get on the edge. He can work a tackle one-on-one. If you don't chip him, then you have a tough time. You know, he missed the last 2 weeks. You know, he had a minor little injury. He's back and ready to go for this ball game, and I'm looking for him to do some things for us in this game.
Vance, you get to recruit this week, or were you guys staying here?
You know, we were a couple of coaches on the road this week already. You know, we were Monday. We were off the road on Monday. They were out and about. You know, and as you can see, we had a couple more offers out there. And it's a good chance we're going to have about 4 or 5 guys at the road tomorrow.
Coach, what's kind of been the thing that has been your focus, you know, of the practice, especially when you're, you know, so many weeks in at this point?
Get lined up. It had to change. I mean, these cats, when I say they go fast, I mean, you talking about a Maserati, they rolling. And if you can get lined up, you might have a chance. I've seen guys not get lined up, and they snapping the ball, and they going down the field. He's throwing touchdown passes, running back break for 50-yard touchdown runs. And that's been the key against up-tempo offenses. The first thing to do is to get lined up. The next thing is to know what your responsibility is, and then we need to do a better job getting off of blocks. You know, West Virginia, we didn't do a good job disengaging and getting off of blocks. They ran the ball on us pretty good there. So we get lined up and know what we have to do, we'll have a chance to play, maybe in the fourth quarter win the ball game.
Vance, do you feel like you've gotten a good look at some of your young guys? I know you guys haven't played a lot, and if you talk about bowl practices, you want to get a look at young guys, but do you feel like through this regular season you've gotten a good look at your young guys and what you've got for next year?
Which one hadn't played? So I guess you kind of answer your own question. All of them have played this year. And we playing the two safeties a little bit more each ball game. They've been on special teams. I mean, we played the three corners. We done played two inside linebackers. Charles and Minnie will play. We playing the two safeties. They've been on special teams for a while. They all played. And that's the thing about it. So I had somebody call me the other night and say, Vance, at one time in the second quarter, you had 5 true freshmen out there on defense playing at one time. I said, no, we had 6, to be honest, when you count the safeties in there. So they've all played. They all have experience, and that's going to be used. I talked to Johnny Johnson, several times we played together. Of course, his son is here. He said, Vance, you don't remember this in 1977. I was a true freshman. He said, Vance, we had, I think, 9 sophomores starting. Now, all those guys, the 9 sophomores, all of them played in National Football League, don't get me wrong. But we're playing with young guys. They're doing some on-the-job training. They make plays. They don't make plays, and that's part of it. And you can't help but get better playing those young guys right now.
What kind of growth, though, Vance, you want to see from that group these last few weeks?
When the ball is in the air, I want to see those guys make plays. If you pass rushing one-on-one, we need to see you beat a guy one-on-one. We need to see those things because the name of the game right now, spread offense means they spread you from sideline to sideline. There's a lot of one-on-one tackles. You need to be able to make plays in space, and that's the key to slowing these offenses down. You look at Texas Tech, they've lost some games. They've been outscored. Who stopped them? Just think about this. In the year 2015, you lose a game 70-55. I mean, 55 points and you lost. That's kind of a scary situation. So at the end of the day, and I'm looking at Arkansas, and I told Coach Strong, after 26 plays, Texas Tech had 21 points against a defense right now that's causing havoc in the SEC. So I look at those things that people talk about, well, they don't play good defense in this conference. Okay, I'd say let's take a step back. Baylor, who won our conference last year, tied with TCU. To me, one of the better defensive teams in the country over the past 5 years has been Michigan State, rather. They put 40 points on Michigan State. So when people talk about don't play defense, they went up and down the field on Arkansas, another SEC team, correct? Well, 3 years ago, they played UCF, which, won our conference that year. Again, they scored 40 points. So when people talk about you don't play good defense, I'm still waiting to see all these naysayers who say people don't play good defense. Let them show up and let me see play Baylor. Let me see them go play Texas Tech. Because, again, Arkansas, what did they do to Louisiana LSU last week? Who knows? They beat LSU? Did Arkansas? No, they didn't, did they? Well, how in the world does Texas Tech beat them people? That's LSU, right? Was number 2 in the country, right? Did not Texas Tech open down the football field? What are we talking about? So you say people don't play good defense. When you got to face this week in and week out, there's a lot of people don't want to see that. And so my hat's off to these offensive coordinators and head coaches in this conference. I think they do an outstanding job. And I think the proof is in the pudding when they play opponents outside this conference. Who's stopping them? When you find one to stop them, then somebody please come and talk to me. Ryan, really? You see my point? It's a beautiful day.
Coach, have you guys been able to pinpoint what's been going on with Malik the past 2 games? Why he's been getting sick? Is it nerves? Is there something else going on?
Right now I think he's had a cold for a while, and he's having a hard time getting over it. I'm sitting there with the linebackers right now, and I can tell he's sneezing and that type of stuff. So he has a young guy, and you out there practicing, and this time of the year it's hard to get over a cold sometimes. That's all it really is. So he's fine. He's good to go.
Vance, I know I'm sure you're keeping an eye on Texas at your other jobs and stuff, but when you came in here to today, has this rebuilding job been more challenging than maybe you expected?
That's a tough question to answer. I was not expecting to be in our second year and playing at sometimes 5 true freshmen on the football field. But you know what? It is what it is. And they need to go out there and perform and play well. Why? Because it's the University of Texas. It's just that simple. And that's the nature of this business. Wherever you go, whatever you do, whoever shows up, go out there and perform. When you put that helmet on that says Longhorn on it, you representing that, and that's what you need to go out and be able to win ball games here.
When you look at Texas Tech and you see that they do beat in Arkansas and they took TCU to the brink, are these things, not that your players need any more attention given the situation of the season, but are those things that you bring up to say this team is better than what their record says to kind of open their eyes a little bit more?
But see, sometimes, I can't talk about their record. When I go in and talk to the defense, I put their offensive stats. Say offensive stats say number 2 in the nation in total offense and number 3 in the nation in scoring offense. So it has nothing to do with their record. I'm looking at what we have to go out there and defend. I'm like, so this week we got the number 2 offense in the country. Last week we had the number 5 offense in the country. The week before that we had the 9th team in the country. So their record is not indicative of what they're doing offensively. And again, like I said, they play some pretty good teams, and the teams that have beat them have been able to run the football and keep their offense on the sideline. Oklahoma, they kept them on the sideline. And Oklahoma right now is probably one of the better teams in the country defensively because of what they're doing offensively. So it goes hand in hand. To beat a team of like Texas Tech, either you got to be like Oklahoma State and score 70 points, or you can be like Oklahoma, run the football, shorten the game, and get them in 3rd and long and get off the football field. So there's a lot of ways to beat them, and we got to find one of those ways to win that ball game, Thursday evening.
I know your top priority now by far is the present in the next game. But do you ever think about all those freshmen you have on the field and how good this defense can be a couple of years down the road?
Oh, I can't think about that. Come on now. You asked me a question about one thing. I'm into the precious present. The here and now. The here and now is today. I just walked off the practice field, trying to find ways to teach the details. When you have young kids, just imagine for you gentlemen and ladies out there who have children, each day is sometimes a brand new day. And then eventually they learn they go from crawling to walking to running to getting into trouble. That's what little kids do. And that's where we are right now. We getting close to the running stage. And the running stage means you got a chance to go out and win more football games than what you have right now. And we're going to find out. Thursday, we went out and recruited a lot of defensive backs. We recruited 5 defensive backs. They're all 5 playing. We recruited 2 linebackers. Both of them are playing. We recruited 1 defensive end. He's playing. They all have made plays this year. They all missed plays this year. And as the season's going on, they got a little better, a little smarter. They got burned a few times because they have gotten burned a few times. They're getting better, and they're starting to heal a lot faster, and they're playing faster.
Coach Strong said this week about run defense, speaking of that West Virginia game. He said it just came down to guys not getting off blocks and not tackling. Is it, when you watch the tape, is that kind of what you saw? Just kind of simple stuff?
It's no doubt. One of the things I talked about earlier was just being able to disengage. You up front or linebacker, you need to get off of blocks. You got to hit, shed, disengage, and get to the ball. The next thing is we had some run fit issues, especially with some of my young guys again. We got a freshman safety coming in the box, and he didn't get in the box. If he's there, it's a 2-yard gain. Instead, he's not there. He makes a tackle for an 8-yard gain. So for us, that's a negative 6 yards. That's how we look at it. So we had some of those issues, but we got to do a better job overall from the back end to the front end and in between, getting off of blocks, getting more numbers to the ball as much as possible, and to tackle better. That's key. You look at their second touchdown. We're in position where they run the zone replay, the quarterback pulls it, and we have it tackled for a no-yard gain. Instead of just getting the guy on the ground, he tries to sling him down. He doesn't go down. Another guy comes in and misses a tackle. It's a 10-yard gain. Now, it goes from a no-yard gain to a 1-yard gain to what? A 10-yard gain, which now makes it first down and goal inside the 10. So just imagine if you make that play. Because you remember then we had a sudden change after we fumbled a kickoff return. They down there, hold them to a field goal because we tackle better, we run for better. So, again, that's all part of it. Disengage and tackle. If you get those things done, you improve really fast.
Next one for Vance.
Thanks your history here, playing here and everything. You know how big Thanksgiving is to be playing on that weekend. What's it like to just get to be back involved with that, playing on Thanksgiving? It's not A&M, but it's still in state.
See, my last chance to play around Thanksgiving was on the road versus the Aggies. It always meant a lot to all of us, all the Longhorn players who have come through here, and to be back at my alma mater at this time and having a chance to play on Thanksgiving Day. My family's coming up, my sister's coming up. And I'm hoping that we get a sellout crowd like it once was. Thanksgiving Day was different than any other day, no matter who played, because it's about that day. Turkey, and all of you guys are going to have gravy dripping down your chin. And my mom was alive, well, she isn't. I have some dressing. which I love so much. He was a great cook. I mean, just outstanding. But it means a lot because of the great memories you have for playing this particular weekend. And you'll remember this time a long time to come, especially seniors, because it's also senior day. So to play on Thanksgiving Day, and it's your last game at home for your seniors, it has a double meaning for these guys. It really does. For their families to come up, because what that day means. I mean, you need to give thanks to whatever's important to you. I give thanks to me being here, my family close by, the friends I had a chance to get reacquainted with, and to be back at my alma mater. I'm thankful for that. You know, I thank the Lord for that every single day. It's a blessing. I know our record's not what it wants to be. I am so grateful to be back here in Austin, Texas, at the University of Texas. I see my father more I have this year than the past 5 years. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful to be here with this football team, with these young guys, to get them going, to continue to recruit, to bring this university back to where it once was and what it should be. I know I said a lot, but I'm thankful for all of that. It means that much to me. And I'm going to thank you, and you have a great Thanksgiving if I don't see you again.